Greetings from the United Nations Global Compact Office in New York. I am Dupont, Senior Manager for Decent Work and Social Sustainability at the UNGC. The UNGC is a call to business to align their strategies and operations with universal principles on human rights, labor, the environment, and anti-corruption, and to take actions to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. The role of the private sector is crucial to advance the SDGs, and for that, we need to transform business into principles-based and sustainable models. I am convinced that partnerships between all stakeholders will be crucial for getting us where we need by the year 2030. I welcome the Sustainable Procurement Pledge initiative, which recognizes the role all of us have in driving responsible procurement practices and shaping sustainable supply chains. Supply chains are one of the most important levers for business to create positive impact in the world, with an estimated 80% of global trade passing through supply chains annually. Overall, we have seen global supply chains have a positive impact. However, we also see that a governance gap has been created. The race to the bottom has led to increased inequality and increased environmental damage. The importance of procurement as a guardian of responsible supply chains should be underlined and recognized. The UNGC has created an action platform with member companies that build the case for improving decent work in global supply chains. As part of their participation in the platform, companies' chief procurement officers have signed 6 commitments to advance decent work in their supply chains. Our upcoming Decent Work Toolkit for Responsible Procurement, which will be available in February 2020, will also help procurement professionals integrate decent work and human rights in their sourcing practices. As we are approaching the decade of delivery on the SDGs, it is clear that the global community has become increasingly concerned about the lack of progress in fighting climate change, empowering women, reducing poverty, and building just societies. It is also clear that the challenges we face are too great for anyone to tackle alone, and we need ambassadors like you to engage others in building responsible businesses. I also call for the students and young professionals amongst you to be loud and clear on what you want the world of tomorrow to look like. Because to quote Greta Thunberg, the moment we decide to fulfill something, we can do anything. Dear current and future ambassadors of the Sustainable Procurement Pledge, thank you for your commitment to help us achieve the global goals.